What's up, guys? This is Frobomb. I am commentating my recent clear of Cotton Rock and Roll or Cotton Fantasy Superlative Night Dreams, I think it's called in the US. Why didn't they just call it Cotton Rock and Roll? I don't understand it. Rights? Something or another? Anyway, Cotton Rock and Roll's a much better name, so that's what I'm going to call it. Some disclaimers. First, if you don't want to watch this run with my commentary and would rather just hear the game, I have an unlisted video where you can do that in the description. Secondly, I'm not a Cotton series aficionado or anything. This is my, I played the first one a little bit. This is my second Cotton game I've ever played, so apologies if I'm unfamiliar with, the systems or mechanics that are, prevalent in other games. I'm going to act like this game, I'm just going to talk about this game on its own merits and not compare it to the other games in the series. Lastly, I'm an intermediate shmup player, and this is not an optimized run. I didn't look at super player clears or high level clears or anything before I did this. I was just playing and learning myself because that's what I like to do, and but this game is fun enough that I think I might try and optimize my run and my score. As you can see, this level that it starts you out on, I mean, it's just it's built to score. It's built to show you just what this game, just how much fun you can have, how quickly you can have it using these combos of getting these gems. With Cotton, you get these magic crystals. They each have a different power and a different shot type, and when you use them on enemies, like so, they release just massive amounts of gold bells, I'm gonna call them, and that's the scoring system. You get your combo all the way up to 99, which just means you've collected 99 of these gems, and then the multiplier is at its max. And when you kill enemies, their point value is multiplied by that number, and yeah, you get more bells, and your bells are worth more. I think is how it works. It's not very technically accurate description, maybe, but that's what it seemed like to me. I did have a nice little route for this boss here to keep my combo up, and of course that gets you the most points when you finally do kill the boss, so it's in your best interest to kind of keep your combo high. And so yeah, it's a nice little route. When you kill enemies, you stop the combo from draining for a little bit, so that's what I do with those little baby spiders, and then I can get those skulls, get 2 gems, and hit the spider's little vomit of bullets that she does, and yeah, you can just use that pattern to kill that boss for a good amount of score. Did not know until very recently that you can miss all those teacups for a bonus. Apparently you can do that in lots of Cotton games. Just had no idea until I happened to read the trophy list, achievement list for this game, and saw that that was one of them. It gets you 200k, which is better, I think, than you can do by collecting them ever. So I think it's in a player's best interest to just miss all those teacups every single time. Okay, so second level here. Love this level. The first 4 levels of this game, in letter order, which is how I played them, are just so fucking good. They're perfect. This game is so much fun, and the levels each have their own kind of different feel and different ways you take advantage of the bullets, or of the magic. So there you can build your tornado into this massive thing that covers the whole screen. You can always magic those lasers anytime they appear for a ton of gems, and then these lines of spaceships just getting crushed into all these bells are just it's addictive. I mean, it's easy to watch it and just understand and just feel how much fun it would be to play this game. It's slot machine-esque in the the visual and aural stimulation, and the just the literal bells and whistles that are going on during it, and all of the power, all of the magic shots feel great to use. This is a point where you want to like have your combo pretty high, because each of these guys is worth 500 points, and that's going to rack up as you can kill them. I keep having these stupid deaths in this stage, but fortunately that doesn't matter, because in this game you're generously awarded an extend every 5 million points, and you rack those up if you score this game, which you should. If you play this game, score this game, because it's one of the only games where I just feel like its worth is intimately tied to its scoring system. Like, I don't feel that about almost any cave games, which I love anyway. I don't feel that about too many shmups I've played in general, but this one is like, just scoring is the fun in this game. The survival play is like okay, but the scoring is why it's a blast. So yeah, scoring this level is so much fun. I can't say enough about how, like, I played that level countless times, as you do when you're learning a shmup, and I looked forward to it every time. It's a blast to just get those massive gem counts, and I had a little goal of like getting around 10 million per level, and I'm like 5 million ahead of that here, my pace. So this was like a pretty good level 2 for me. And like, even though you die, it's no big deal. It decreases rank a little bit, and it resets all of your magic. You get 3 new magics to play with. So sometimes it's advantageous to die. This game has a little bit of Yagawa DNA with the generous extends and the rank. It's not exactly as kind of like devious in its rank system as Yagawa. Like, I wouldn't say like suicide is like required or anything, or like super advantageous, but like you will die, and when you do, you won't be that mad about it, because you can just get another extend and you'll get 3 more magic powers. The one crappy thing is that all of your shot power goes away. You've got that little level shot power level up there. It says level 3 right now. Level 5 is the max. Every time you die, that goes down, I think, by 1 full level. I'll have to watch that to make sure that's accurate, but it goes down a fair amount. And so if you chain die, you can get down to pretty low power, and that can be rough. Bosses will start timing out, and just another stupid death. That's okay. I just bombed there and got this over with, and I'm still 5 million ahead of my own personal goal, so nothing to worry about. Yeah, tea time. I hated playing this game when I thought I had to collect those cups. Their hitboxes are really small, and it just felt annoying and crappy every single time that a level ended. Dodging them feels much better, so props to that particular little design quirk. Alright, on to Ancient Ruins. This is a downward scrolling level, which is, when you first start playing it, very annoying, and you could just be mad at this level, but it's honestly one of my favorite levels now. It's so good, I feel. It's got all these little hidden scoring spots and tricks and stuff. The game really encourages you to kill stuff with gems, or with magic, to get more magic, and I don't do a great job at it all the time, because I've only played the game for somewhere in the range of like 10 or 15 hours. I could get a lot better at it. Oh, that sucks. I did a terrible job at this part. What you're supposed to do at this part is speed kill that giant centipede thing, so you have the maximum amount of time to deal with these like smaller enemies and score. But I just let it hang around, and then I died, but I got a little bit back on track here. This is what you're supposed to be doing, just like unleashing magic on these little guys and collecting bells and collecting more magic gems. That's the gameplay loop of Cotton Rock and Roll. Use more magic to get more magic and to keep your counter up. So anyway, yeah, there's little guys that shoot those lasers that you can score really highly with here. Those little blue guys shoot these missiles up that are really high scoring potential. I'm not doing that good of a job. Not really good job at all, honestly, scoring this right now. I've done a much better run of this level in the past, but hey, what are you gonna do? That's shoot 'em ups for you. Just sometimes your clear is not gonna have your best run of every level. Stupid thing about this game is there's all these cinematic moments where it's like I have no idea whether a certain thing will hit me or not. That giant falling shell is a great example. Still don't really know if that will kill you if you get in its way actually, but I just go to the bottom right to be safe. This guy, this snail, is a tricky boss, especially if you're at high rank, which I am not here because I died so many times. If he's at high rank, he shoots these bullets out as he's rolling around here, and it's tough to dodge. You can get a little pattern that that you can just like learn and dodge it just fine. But at the beginning, if you're just starting out playing the game, it can be very frustrating because there's no real unless you have a bunch of bombs, there's no really good way to dodge it without just learning the pattern. And you see I'm holding onto my magic here. There's a reason for that. He's gonna basically start unleashing these lasers at his second phase, and you just wanna crank through as much of these as you can with magic. So there's one tornado. I'm gonna unleash my dragon there, and then I'm gonna go underneath him to grab 3 more gems that appear. And then these shots are really hard to dodge, so just unleash all my magic again. And then there should be more gems, but there wasn't, so I bombed, and there's all the gems that appear. And now I'm gonna get... Unfortunately, I missed that second laser, but I realized, okay, I killed all of the parts of him that shoot those really fast bullets, so then that's pretty easy to dodge. And then just unleash all your magic into his eyeballs, get all that score goodness. That's so fucking satisfying. And unfortunately, I think I timed this guy out. It sucks. But there you have it. I scored decently well. I'm still on my pace of like 5 million per level, or 10 million per level. So I'm not going to be too mad at that. Miss all these stupid teacups. See ya. Okay, level 4 is... also, this game has a story. It just seems completely ridiculous. I skip all of it. I have no idea what it's about. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, seeing it, I apologize. I'm not the biggest fan of this. These kinds of bonus levels. I get that this is referencing another Cotton game that's in this style, or you know, part of the series. I don't really care for this. It's kind of an annoying little bump in the road to me personally. But whatever, if you get 100 teacups, you get an extend, so that's cool. I don't really know if you miss them all like you do at the end of a stage, if there's a secret bonus, or if that's advantageous. It could be. I have not looked into that. So there you go, there's my extend. That's the only thing I really care about here, because you can't really build too much score with those things, as far as I have been able to tell in my own personal practicing. Okay, Royal Tomb, another level that I hated at first, because for reasons you'll see pretty clearly, but I've come to really love. There's a ton of scoring potential in this level. I probably don't do the best job of scoring it as I could, and one thing I should note is that I played these stages in order just because I just committed to doing that, because I was like, oh, the devs probably like ordered them this way for a reason or whatever. But you know, I from what I understand from talking to multiple people on Discord, there is very good reason to not play these stages in order, and many people start with this stage because of the scoring potential. So there's that laser right there that I tried to hit. This is where it gets real tricky. You got all of these lasers hanging around in here. I'm sure there's something you can do to just like absolutely rack up score here. That thing always falls and kills me. It's done it so many times. All I can think to do is just unleash my magic and try not to die as much as possible. And then maybe some people it would be advantageous to die so you can refill magic and do it again. I didn't do the best job there, but not the worst. This guy this part, you just kind of gotta kill all this stuff, ideally without using magic or too much of it, because your magic is better saved for the next part. And I don't have any magic anyway, so I couldn't. Those falling like slugs are another example of like visibility problems I think this game has. There's just some parts of it I'm just like, why? How is that not a background element and something that I should know that will kill me? I'm just so focused on certain things that are so prominently in the foreground, and then something in the background will kill you. Those slugs are an example of that to me. Maybe that's just a personal thing. Maybe other people don't have a problem with it. This is just like the scoring mecha room, as you can see. Like, you can just unleash all your magic in here, unload all your bombs, rack up the bells. Again, don't know if I did that in a way that is at all close to what like could be done or what the maximum scoring potential of that room is. But you want to get those snakes to shoot their lasers and get those. You want to, you want to unleash, I would think, as much magic as possible, which I tried to do. Okay, this boss, highly frustrating in the first parts of, when learning this game. And maybe this is part of the reason that people play this early, so that the rank isn't as high on this particular boss. Because look at all the dodging I'm having to do. Like, you don't really have to dodge a ton in this game if you're scoring it right, I feel. I mean, because it's just everything cancels with magic. And just right there, I just had to dodge a ton. And I am kind of hanging out up close to them, but as you can see, I just got clipped there. It's really hard not to get hit by these guys if you're not hanging out all the way to the left-hand side of the screen. I'm sort of making it look a little... I just died again. I was making it look a little easier than it was just because I've practiced it so much. But yeah, the idea is just to kind of stay to the left and dodge, and then kind of sneak up close to get a crystal when you have to. And I just speed killed that second phase. Usually it's much longer than that, and it's this annoying thing where they drop blocks on you, and the blocks are another thing where it's like they're not telegraphed and will insta-kill you, which is annoying. But anyway, that level's cool. I mean, just so much stuff to magic the shit out of and get bells. It's awesome. Don't like this level. This is the... I can't read that font. I have no idea what these level names are. This level has a gimmick that I don't care for, which is that if you shoot, the gems are kind of like in a current, in a breeze, and if you shoot them or magic them, they will float away from you. So you have to hold your shot to get them to come towards you. And I'm just not a fan of anything that makes me hold my shot like that in a shoot 'em up, and then like pelts me with bullets and enemies. I get that it's kind of like another little strategy. I mean, I don't think it's bad design necessarily. It's just not my personal favorite thing to have to do in a shoot 'em up, and yeah, I don't really care for this level as a result of it. I don't know why they had to just change the way the gems behave for a single level. There's plenty of unique stuff to be done in the design of the game, which they did do in all of these other great levels, and to change that around, just, I don't know, felt a little bit weird to me. Anyway, you unload magic up here. Pretty fun. I'm just like collecting a gem, unloading it, collecting a gem, unloading it. That's the gameplay loop. Okay. Level's done with. 5 lives in stock. Pretty good for me at this point. I was like, that made me feel like, okay, this could be the one. Because usually here I'd have like 2 lives in my previous runs, which just wasn't enough to overcome the annoyance of the next stage. And I have level 4 shot power here, which is like way better than I normally had, so I could actually kill this boss potentially. And so often, I would say like in 80% of my runs, I was just like, I was timing this bitch out just every single time, and just like trying to survive with low shot power. Really annoying fight. She shoots those skulls at you that travel horizontally, and then they fire vertical bullets. in kind of a grid, and that's really annoying. And then the bats spawn wherever there's those blue circles, and they'll just get you if you're not paying attention. So you got to learn to just like be where the blue circle, horizontally, or I mean rather vertically, you got to be where the bat circles are, and then just try and hit the boss after you kill those. Second phase is, oh, there's a death. Second phase is decently tough, but learnable. That part isn't that tough. And then you've got all the bats to deal with, and they give you gems. And then this attack is what'll get you. You just have to have magic, and you get the magic from the bats in order to deal with that attack. So yeah, I actually killed that boss. We are now behind the goal of 10 million per stage. But that's, whatever, that's fine. That was just what I was shooting for. I don't think I ended up reaching it. I think I was 500,000 short because there's 8 stages, and I think I ended with 75 million. Alright, worst stage in the game. People I have learned skip this stage entirely once they have the secret stages unlocked, which I didn't have unlocked when I was playing through this, because again I was just like, I'm gonna play the default stages. I'm not gonna worry about unlocking the extra content for my first clear of this game. These missiles that these guys shoot have massive scoring potential. I mean, you can kind of tell in what I just did there, but man, if you can rack up some magic and then unleash it through those missiles and catch all the bells, it's huge. And why I didn't do it there, I have no idea. I just kind of forgot. Stupid death. What was I saying? Oh, this level. Yeah, people skip this level, and for good reason. It's super annoying. I'm gonna make it look not horrible with my mediocre play, but it sucks. Trust me. These guys, these little like mid-boss guys, are annoying as shit. There's all kinds of stuff that spawns behind you really quickly. It's just the design of it is a mess. It's just not as fun as the other levels. And again, the developers, the game is amazing. I mean, I'm not gonna hold a couple kind of, I don't know, levels that I find to be lesser against the game. Especially because there's so many extra levels and content that you can see that's not this. Just the fact that you can skip whole levels in a shooter is awesome. Just kind of Darius-like in that sense. Like if you don't like one of those bosses, you don't have to fight it. Fight another one. So I'm looking forward to that, because I will be playing this game again, and I'm not going to be playing this level. It's just so finicky, and there's not, that I can tell, a ton of those like scoring potential moments where it's just like the screen fills with bullets and you can do massive cancels and gem collecting. I keep calling them gems. I can't not call them gems. I'm sorry. They're bell gems. Oh, I think I die here. So stupid. Oh no, I didn't die here. Okay. Another part of why this level is awful is the boss, as you will see. Just really annoying memorization boss behavior. Like these worms. Eventually, there will be 2 of them. It's not RNG. They do the same shit every time, pretty much, as far as I can tell. But just you gotta memorize where they're gonna be. Their bullet. Look at that weird bullet behavior. It's just like not really readable in any. And I don't know. Not to me anyway. I mean, I can do it a little bit, but like I died to those things so many times because I just like here I die. I think. It's just like, what the hell are those bullets doing? I have no idea. Okay, bomb hits this boss in particular for massive damage, so I was able to take care of it by dying and then getting a bomb, which you get 1 every time you die, and just unleashing it and then unleashing some magic on it. with 3 lives left, which is pretty good. Like at that point in a lot of my other runs, I had 1 life, and I would die to that boss, and my run would be ended super often. Here is another of these very super ultra fun tea collecting levels, and with the added fun element of you cannot see shit because you have a giant jetpack on your back that obscures the fucking screen. Like, my goal in this level was to try and get gold gems to level up my power. That's what I decided I would use this for, because as far as I could tell, again, limited play, I'm sure there's a way to like maximize the scoring of this level, but as far as I could tell in my play, I couldn't get an extend here. I couldn't collect 100 cups unless I tried really, really hard, and I just wasn't about to put the effort into like memorizing movements for this. So there's gems in the level, and I would just try and get the yellow ones, but you just can't see how when you're changing them because your jetpack is just so huge. Just a silly thing. Don't care for it. Doesn't ruin the game, but I just think those levels are stupid. No offense to people who love those particular kinds of cotton games. Okay, space level. This level owns. Unlike the last level, you do have immediately just this massive, collection of enemies on screen and bullets that you're doing a mix of dodging and magic releases to get gems. Love it. And the background's cool, and the visibility's good. The enemies are bright pink. And look, yeah, we're on a roll here. I mean, this is the problem part of this level, where it's like you've got to deal with this giant ship, and in the background, in addition to dealing with things in the foreground, in the spiral shot. Oops, sorry about that. Hit the mic. They send these spirals outward. Really tough, but tough in a good way. Tough in a way that I enjoyed learning. And again, it's like it all comes back to, is it fun to like score? Because that is the fun of this game, and it is. Like, if you can do that right, which I did not there, you can get a ton of score in that section because of those like slowly outward spiraling lasers. And here we go with this section. Just like, look at this shit. This is what this game is. Like, I'm sorry, but this game is not about dodging. It is not about finessing like play. It is about like massive, just really kind of dopey, huge gem cancel type stuff. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, this boss has some tricky stuff like that trident thing that I just bombed out of. Don't know how to deal with that just yet. Haven't practiced it enough. I do know that there's a ton of scoring potential in all of this, if you can keep your magic, or if you want to suicide, if you have enough lives to do that, or if you bomb. But see, this one right here, yeah, I just couldn't deal with that. Okay, we're just going to unleash all the magic again and try and collect as many gems as possible. And now she's in the ship, so we're going to start getting these kind of fast-moving, just kind of straight shots, which we can take best advantage of with the tornado. Tons of score here, just tons of score. If you can keep magic. Ooh. Just grabbed a green gem there for this, so that was lucky. I love the tornado. It's such a good shot type. I don't know if it exists in other Cotton games and does the same thing where it slowly grows as it collects bullets, but it's great. It just feels so good to use. Almost hit one. Oh, I think I do hit one here. One of them I do. Maybe it already happened. Alright. Almost to the end here. So yeah, 4 lives. Again, better shape than I've ever been. And this is a really short stage before the final boss. Just a stage where you can... It's just giving you an opportunity to get more lives and get more shot power built up, and look at that. And just like, yeah, basically get you pumped for the final boss is what this stage is all about in my view. Again, this is odd to me. It's like all these enemies are just static. They're not firing very much. To me, this is like, okay, I didn't really figure out how best to do this. There's a way to... There's something going on there that I didn't tap into yet in terms of how you play that section and score it, I feel. So, again, something I'm looking forward to learning when I actually optimize a run of this game and see what the best players do. Okay, final boss. Final boss is really tough. I would say I did not even feel comfortable coming into this with 5 lives, and I think I was right to not feel comfortable because I don't think I ended with a whole lot of lives. These lasers, they're, you know, your sprite is so big, your hitbox is so small. Sometimes I think that works to the game's detriment. Especially when it comes to those red lasers, I just could not get a sense of like where I would get hit by them and where I wouldn't. Like right there it worked, but look at it. Nope. Just not playing super well. Just all I'm trying to do here is make sure I use my resources, make sure I bomb, and make sure I get all my magic spells off so I can do as much damage as possible to the boss before dying. And my shot power is at 2, which is shitty. You know, that, like, you want, in order to score, in order to get gems, and in order to not time out bosses, you want your shot power to be high, and it certainly has never been in my attempt at fighting this boss. So one day I will actually play it well, and I know you can get all the look at the freaking hitbox of this thing. Like, again, I can't help but think it's a design flaw to just have no idea where this thing will hit me and where it won't. Because it turns out you can go underneath it, and I'm pretty sure you can go up all the way up there. Look, it doesn't hit me. Just weird to me. Something you learn, so it's like not a big deal. But it's like the first few times I fought it, I died so many times because I did not think I could do that. And you can. Very difficult dodges there to learn and to kind of get comfortable with, but once you do, you can do it pretty consistently, that spiral pattern. And this is the last like little cycle, and it's all just about weathering it. So it looks like I had plenty of resources after all, because oh, I'm gonna die. Yep. Well, so yeah, one more life after this. So I was feeling fairly confident, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, even with 5 lives, it's just not... Oh, and I tried to kill it, but I think I timed it out. Tried to bomb it at the last second. Whew! Tea time. So yeah, that's Cotton Rock and Roll. Really fun, really excellently designed game with a ton of content. I mean, cannot stress how impressive it is that in addition to this Cotton play, which is, you know, what you just saw, there are like 7, 8 different characters with different play styles that are all kind of based around the same fundamental loop of getting your multiplier up and then getting bells to keep it up and stuff and killing enemies. But there's one that focuses on grazing. There's one where you have a countdown timer where you don't want to let it get to 0 and you collect time extends. There's just a ton of gameplay, replayability here. It's just awesome. It looks great. The story, we're going through the story now because it doesn't let you skip through this. Cotton is just eating through a giant candy that is hurtling toward the planet, I think is what's going on here. And there she is. She ate it, and now she sees a gun, and she's gonna blast this. She's gonna blast this bitch. Bye, Takut. Yeah. I think it's safe to say, like, this is one of the most impressive, like, all original arcade shooters to have come out in a long while. I think everyone who's played it agrees on that. It's not every day, or it's not every year that you see a release like that. So props to the devs and to yeah, everyone on these leaderboards. Like I hope the game keeps having a little culture, because there's just that much there. There's leaderboards for every character. There's an overall leaderboard. There's tons of different routes to explore. Like I said, there are like 4 different secret levels that I haven't explored yet. So, wonderful game. Appreciate you listening. Hopefully, I brought something of value in this commentary that you didn't know before, that makes you more interested in checking the game out. And talk to you next time. Peace.